in the past month, I moved into my parents' basement. I took a huge pay cut at work, and my girlfriend dumped me. Seems to me like it's the perfect time to start a really nerdy and really stupid video game review show. Yeah. Oh. Now, I have a library of, let's say, 200 to 300 old school games, ranging from Sega Genesis to NES. And I'm not saying that's a huge number to brag about, I'm saying, where do you start? Well, you could go alphabetically and start at A, arrow the acro-bat for instance, or you could go backwards and start with Zoop for the Super Nintendo. I think the reason I'm talking about Zoop is because I like saying Zoop. It's a fun word. Bad title, fun word. Zoop. Zoop. Why couldn't they call the game like Pleh? How do you spell Pleh? I don't know. Maybe a B-L... No, I think it's a P. P-L-E... E-A-H-A. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Pleh. Hey guys, wanna come over and play some Pleh? How about some, that's a horse sound. Basically, you play as this little arrow thing stuck in this grid with dots, and these Picasso blob things of various colors are totally cramping your style and invading your space, and you gotta get them the hell out of there. Now, how do you do that? By shooting them, or by thrusting your arrow. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Zoop is like the bastard love child of Tetris and Space Invaders. As you can see, your arrow changes depending on how you interact with the blobs. So if your arrow is orange and you shoot an orange blob, you'll destroy it. But if you shoot, say, purple blob, your arrow will become purple and the blob will become orange. And actually that's where the name of the game comes in, because if you got a maximum row of, say, all purples and you shoot it, you get a Zoop, which is like 5,000 points or something like that. This is a game that thinks people actually care about high scores. Now, what came first? The Zoop or the title of the game? Did they program this whole game, call that maneuver a Zoop, and then say, hey, there's our title? Or they call the game Zoop and desperately look for a place to use it. Switch as you need to eliminate the blobs and stop them from advancing, because if they get into the center square, that's it, game over. And since this is a puzzle game, game over actually means game over, as opposed to in other games where it just means continue. To help you out, you get little power-ups. Now, I'm not sure what half of these things do, to be honest. I know one of them removes all like colors on that quadrant of the screen, while another one seems to obliterate everything in its path. And there's these little spring things, which are probably the best item, because if you can get 5 of them, it clears the whole screen. Zoop is like the bastard love child of Gradius and Dr. Mario. Now, I'm sure this actually sounds kind of interesting, and it is. It's a good concept for a puzzle game. But I'm kind of glad this is the only iteration of the game. I mean, there's different versions on other consoles, but it's all the same thing. There's never been a true sequel to Zoop. And that's fine, because really, you have all the Zoop you need in this one cartridge. A puzzle game lives or dies on how addictive it is, how satisfying it is to get a high score. In Zoop, not so much. I played this game for about 15 minutes. I got a atrocious score by Zoop standards, I'm sure. And when I died, I felt like I had my fill. I could put Zoop away for another 4 or 5 months, and maybe then revisit it for another 10 minutes. You know, I'm willing to say that Zoop is like the bastard love child of Phalanx and wait 1 second. Bejeweled. Of course, it'd be silly to sit here and not mention the best thing about Zoop, and that is the music. It's like lounge music mixed with jazz, fusion, and pop mariachi sensation. I don't know a lot about music. All I know is that the music in Zoop is rockin' to the max, dude. And really, that's the problem. I've pretty much said everything there is to say about this game, and I am way ahead of schedule. So, how else should I spend the remainder of the time in front of the camera? Well, I could talk about nonsense. Or I could dance. Or I could stop wasting your time and just sum up my thoughts. Zoop is acceptable. If you see it cheap and you're bored, and when I say cheap, I mean 50 cents to $1 Canadian, go for it, man. You'll not regret that purchase. But if it's more than $1, say $1.10 or $1.25, I might think twice about it. That's not saying it's bad, again. That's saying it's not really that good. I mean, if you can get Tetris, I recommend that. Yeah. Or, how about Halo Reach? I'd get that over Zoop, definitely. Yeah. Definitely Halo Reach over Zoop. Zoop is like the bastard love child of The Legend of Zelda and Halo. No, that's not it.